Before the Norse and Roman mythology, we had Greek and Indian gods, and they are one of the oldest mythologies ever to exist. Throughout our history, people have come up with several gods and goddesses in order to explain all the mysteries surrounding our world. However, each mythology has its own ideas about the origin of this universe.
Did none of them ever hear about the Big Bang?
None of these mythologies ever considered the possibility of there being a different set of gods. They were all too busy worshipping their own gods and goddesses. For instance, like how all the believers of Odin never once thought how it would be for him to fight against Zeus.
Good thing we have a Marvel movie coming about this. So in this video we're covering Greek and Indian gods to see who's most likely to win if they ever get into a fight.
Yes, thank you, Tommy. In Greek mythology, the origin of our world is explained by the Abyss, most likely known as the Void. All of their gods and goddesses emerged from total darkness. The first ever god, Gaia, the god of the earth, gave birth to Uranus.
Wait, what is Uranus the god of?
Together, these two gods gave birth to all the Titans, the Cyclopses, and the Giants. However, as all the great stories go, there was an immense betrayal where the Titan Cronus overpowered his father Uranus and became the king of the gods. But as we know, history always repeats itself, and Cronus was defeated and betrayed by his son Zeus.
So even the gods have toxic family members. It's not just me. Yay!
Thanks, Tommy. On the other hand, Indian mythology explains the start of our universe through the concept of Brahma, or God of Gods, who simply spoke one word, Om, that created everything we see today. Here's where all the similarities between Greek and Indian gods overlap. Both Greek and Indian mythology have their holy trinity of gods. The Greeks have the trio of Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades, whereas the Indians have Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. So if these holy trinities were to fight, who would win?
I vote for the Holy Father, Son, and Holy Ghost.
That's not bad, Tommy, not bad at all. Let's see all the powers these gods have. First, we start with the god of gods, Zeus and Indra. Did you know that both of them are meant to be the god of thunder? Not only do they have the same powers, but even their weapon of choice is the same. While Zeus stays on his Mount Olympus, Indra likes to stay at Mount Meru.
Does Mount Peru also have a god?
Not now, Tommy. Now Zeus is meant to have all control over the sky and all the weather changes such as thunder, rain and lightning, whereas Indra is the ruler of clouds and skies and the god of rain.
Are these two the distant relatives of Thor?
Even during their own individual battles, both these gods end up battling the same type of monsters. For instance, Zeus fights off Typhon and Indra battles against Vritra, and both their enemies are a sort of sea monster. Even the children of these gods bear many similarities. Zeus's son Hermes and Brahma's son Narada are meant to be rebellious and mischievous and act as messengers to their respective worlds. It seems like both of these mythologies might be following the same story, but just in different languages. If all these similarities don't make you confused, let's not forget about the two ultimate battles that are a huge part of these mythologies.
Well, it seems like someone's been plagiarizing these mythologies.
The Greeks indeed have their famous battles of Iliad and Odyssey, whereas the Indians have their battles of Ramayana and Mahabharata. But did you know that these battles almost have the same story? Both the Greek and Indian gods went to war over love. The Indian god Rama had to fight off the demon king Ravana to save his wife Sita, whereas the Greek god Menelaus fought Paris of Troy after he took his wife Helen. So the wars of Iliad and Ramayana were fought by husbands to reclaim their wives. Let's see what would happen if these gods were to fight against each other. Zeus, the king of the Greek gods, whose weapon is the thunderbolt, and Vishnu is the god of preservation, and his weapon is the Sudarshana Chakra, a powerful discus. A battle between them would have cosmic consequences of order and justice, with Zeus ending up clashing against Vishnu's strategic wisdom and divine incarnations. Poseidon, the Greek god of the sea, controls the oceans and all aquatic life. Shiva, the destroyer, is known for his power to annihilate the universe so there can be a rebirth. In this battle, Poseidon's ultimate power over the seas might be overwhelmed by Shiva's cosmic dance, or Tandava, which leads to the destruction and renewal of the world. Hades, ruler of the underworld, rules the realm of the dead. Brahma, the creator, is responsible for the birth of all living things. While Hades has dominion over souls after death, Brahma's power lies in creation. This clash would symbolize the eternal cycle of life, death, and rebirth.
These two should just team up because one controls the living and the other controls the dead.
Yes, Athena, the Greek goddess of wisdom and war, is a fierce protector, whereas Saraswati, the Hindu goddess of wisdom, music, and arts, has all the knowledge. A battle between them would be less physical and more intellectual, with each goddess using their vast wisdom to outwit the other. So if these were to fight, it wouldn't be anything other than good old banter.
Will these two goddesses just end up in a debating competition?
I guess so, Tommy. Apollo, the Greek god of the sun, music, and prophecy, and Surya, the Hindu sun god, is the source of all life and energy. Their clash would probably blind all of us because of the immense solar power. With Apollo's arrows of light fighting against Surya's radiant energy, it's possible that this battle might end up leading to the defeat of both these gods, and the entire universe will be covered in darkness. Now let's see what would happen if the Greek and Indian queens were to fight. Hera, the queen of the Greek gods, is the goddess of marriage and family. On the other hand, Parvati, the Hindu goddess of love, devotion, and fertility, is also seen as the ideal wife and mother. Their confrontation would probably be like a typical catfight, as they both try to argue who's the better wife and mother. That would be fun to see, right? Well, if all the Greek gods teamed up against the Indian gods, we would have two very different approaches. That's because the Greek gods are powerful but still have human-like flaws. On the other hand, Indian gods have more control over the cosmos instead of having cool weapons like Zeus.
Well, that means while the Greek gods are coming up with this strategy, the Indian gods can simply end the war before it even starts because Vishnu is powerful enough to create a new reality.
Wow, that's brilliant actually, Tommy. Thank you for that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this video. Like and subscribe for more if you're interested, and we'll see you in the next video.